Crossing time falling for the prince.
Lalin, a modern Thai office girl, obsessed with ancient Chinese dramas, gets sucked into a mysterious painting and wakes up as a stranger in an ancient kingdom. What starts as a desperate struggle to survive turns into something totally unexpected. She captures the attention and heart of Prince Longyu, the cold and stoic third prince, who never believed in love two hearts. Suddenly, he finds himself protecting this strange, outspoken woman, who turns his world upside down. Amid court intrigues, battles for the throne, and hidden secrets of the kingdom, can Lalin find her way back to her own world? Or will her heart make her choose a completely different destiny? This story has it all: romance, comedy, martial arts, palace schemes, and heart-fluttering moments. Get ready to cross time and fall in love right alongside her.
Chapter 7. Princess Sufei and Lalin. To tease Prince Longyu.
Imperial capital. The Grand Palace. After a long, bumpy journey, Lalin finally set foot in the glittering capital city. She gasped, eyes wide as saucers, taking in the towering palace walls, the gleaming golden roofs, and the endless courtyards filled with elegantly dressed nobles. Whoa, this isn't just like in the dramas. This is 10 times bigger, she thought, nearly spinning in circles to see everything. But her excitement didn't last long. Soon, she was led into a lavish inner hall, where an elegantly dressed woman sat with the poise of a queen, her sharp eyes glinting with amusement. It was none other than Princess Sufei, the elder sister of the famously cold Prince Longyu. Sufei's gaze swept over Lin slowly, from head to toe, before a sly smile tugged at her lips. So, you're the girl who made my dear little brother bring someone all the way back to the capital? She murmured, voice smooth like silk but sharp like a dagger. Lalin let out a nervous laugh. It's not like that, Your Highness. I just came along because it was necessary. Really? Necessary? Sufei raised a perfectly arched brow. Or is it because you wanted to stay close to my brother? Why does the princess look like she's ready to write a scandalous love novel about me? Lalin internally wailed, her face flushing red. Before Lin could stammer out any excuse, Princess Sufei chuckled softly, her delicate fingers covering her lips. No need to be shy, dear. I can see it clearly. My little brother is very protective of you. Protective? Lalin nearly choked on her tea, eyes wide as plates. Of course. Sufei smiled knowingly. Did you not notice? On the journey here, he wouldn't let you stray even a step from his side. Oh no, if she says it like that, everyone's going to misunderstand even more. Lalin panicked internally, her face turning redder by the second. Let the prank begin. After chatting for a while, Sufei's eyes sparkled with mischief. I have a fun little idea. Lalin tilted her head, blinking in confusion. What idea, Your Highness? Sufei's grin widened. My brother. He's always so cold and composed. How about we tease him a little? Make him jealous for once? What? She wants me to prank Prince Sundra? Lalin nearly fainted on the spot, her heart racing. Lalin frantically waved her hands. I don't think that's a good idea. Your Highness, Prince Longyu is kind of terrifying. You know? Sufei let out a soft, melodic laugh, her eyes gleaming with amusement. Oh? And what exactly are you afraid of, dear? Or could it be you're starting to fall for my little brother already? Crap. This is a total trap. Lalin panicked internally, her face flushing red like a ripe apple. Sufei leaned in slightly, her voice playful yet sly. Don't worry, it's just harmless teasing. Besides, wouldn't it be fun to see how far my cold, stoic brother can be pushed before he cracks? Lalin bit her lip nervously. Why does this feel like I'm walking into a lion's den? Inside the study of Prince Longyu, Longyu sat, brows furrowed, eyes glued to the political scrolls spread out before him. His aura was cold and commanding, the kind that could silence an entire hall with just a glance. Suddenly, bang! The door burst open. Lalin strode in confidently, dragging Sufei behind her. Your Highness, I have something very important to announce, Lalin declared, her voice as serious as she could manage. Longyu looked up slowly, his sharp eyes locking onto her. Speak. Sufei, standing just behind, wore a sly little smile. I'm planning a grand banquet, and I need Lin to have a dance partner. Longyu's brow twitched faintly, and Lalin plastered on her most innocent, excited face. Sir Byaxian already offered to be my dance partner. Your Highness. The room fell dead silent. Longyu set his scroll down with a soft thud, his fingers steepled together. His icy gaze flicked from Lalin to Sufei, then narrowed dangerously. Oh no, why do I feel like I just poked a sleeping dragon? Lalin thought, forcing a nervous smile as she braced for the incoming storm. Inside Prince Longyu's study, Longyu's sharp eyes narrowed instantly. The temperature in the room seemed to drop, an invisible chill creeping through the air. By Xian? He repeated slowly, each syllable laced with cold steel. You chose him. Lalin hurriedly nodded, forcing her brightest smile. Yes, Your Highness. Bai Xian said he's very good at dancing. From behind, Sufei pressed a hand to her lips, barely holding back her laughter. Longyu's fingers tightened around his fan, the veins on his hand faintly visible. Humph, in that case, I will watch closely. Oh. Why does he look so annoyed? I didn't think he'd actually care this much. Lalin panicked inside, sweat forming on her forehead. Meanwhile, Sufei gave her a little wink from behind. This is getting fun, she thought, watching the unshakable prince start to crack. The grand evening banquet. Lalin stood nervously in the center of the grand hall, dressed in a soft blue gown Sufei had carefully chosen for her. She tugged at the sleeves awkwardly, cheeks slightly flushed. Beside her, Bai Xian grinned playfully. Ready, little sister? He teased, offering his hand. Lalin took a shaky breath, lifting her hand to accept. But, swoosh, a larger, firm hand clasped around her wrist, stopping her mid-motion. Lalin gasped, wide-eyed. Prince Longyu stood there, his cool voice slicing through the tension. Switch partners. Bai Xian chuckled under his breath. Oh? Your Highness has changed his mind. You want to dance with my little sister now? He teased. Longyu didn't answer. He simply pulled Lin close, his arm sliding smoothly around her waist as he guided her effortlessly into the dance. Oh no. This plan was supposed to make him jealous, not land me in his arms. Lalin panicked inside, her heart racing faster with each elegant spin. Longyu's cool scent lingered near, his grip sure and commanding. Stay focused, he murmured softly by her ear. From the corner of the grand hall, Sufei watched the dance unfold, her lips curling into a sly smile. Heh, success, she thought triumphantly, folding her arms with satisfaction. On the dance floor, Lalin tried her best not to trip over her own feet as Longyu effortlessly led her through each graceful step. His gaze remained cool, yet his hand pressed just a little firmer against her back, his movements unusually protective. Why is my heart beating like this? This was supposed to be just a fake plan. Lalin panicked inwardly, cheeks glowing red. Meanwhile, Bai Xian leaned lazily against a column, watching the two of them dance, with an amused smirk. Well, this competition just got interesting, he murmured under his breath. Inside the Grand Imperial Library, Lalin's heart raced as she tiptoed between the towering shelves, eyes wide with excitement. This is just like a secret mission in a Chinese drama, she thought, fingertips grazing the ancient scrolls. Inside the Grand Imperial Library, beside her, Princess Sufei chuckled softly. Every record of the Empire is kept here. If there's anything connected to you, it will be among these. But before Lin could start searching, urgent footsteps echoed from outside. Your Highness, Prince Longyu, is headed this way. A maid rushed in, whispering frantically. Sufei smiled slyly, folding her fan. Oh my little brother really is quite protective of you, isn't he? Lin froze, eyes wide. Wait. I'm not ready to be caught yet. The confrontation with the Ice Prince. Longyu strode into the library, his face calm as always, but his sharp gaze glimmered with suspicion. Sister, why are you here at this hour? His voice was low, smooth, and cool as steel. Sufei flashed an innocent smile. I'm merely here to read, of course. Reading? Longyu's eyes swept the room, pausing meaningfully near the towering shelves. Or, are you perhaps assisting someone in searching for things they shouldn't be seeking? Oh no, why is this guy so sharp? Lalin, hiding behind a stack of scrolls, held her breath with every ounce of willpower. Sufei let out a soft laugh. Little brother, you overthink too much. But Longyu said nothing further. Instead, he calmly walked to the far end of the room, fingers brushing over an ancient, leather-bound book. He lifted it gently, his voice smooth yet carrying weight. This old record has been a royal secret for centuries. Lalin's heart pounded like a drum. What is that book? Could it be related to the key between worlds? A monumental discovery. After Longyu finally left the room, Lalin dashed out from her hiding spot, heart still racing. Sufei chuckled softly and held up the ancient tome. Long Yu had unknowingly pointed out. My little brother just helped you, without even realizing it. With slightly trembling hands, Lalin took the book, slowly opening its brittle pages. Her eyes swept over the old script, elegant, flowing characters. She could barely understand. But then, her gaze locked onto a familiar image. It was an illustration of a dimensional gate. The very same design as the painting she had touched before being pulled into this world. Beneath the image, there was a single, striking inscription. Only the chosen may cross worlds. What does that even mean? Who chose me? Lalin's breath caught in her throat, her mind spinning with questions. Sufei watched Lalin's stunned face, with an almost bittersweet smile. It seems, dear girl, you weren't brought here by fate alone. The weight of the truth. Lin swallowed hard. Then, who is the one who chose me? Her trembling fingers skimmed further down the page, eyes scanning the next line. When the blood moon rises, the gate shall open once more. Be blood moon. That's a lunar eclipse, isn't it? Her heart pounded wildly in her chest as memories flooded back. The night she crossed worlds, the sky had been drenched in a red moonlight. Sufei watched her with sharp, calculating eyes. Do you recall what the moon looked like on the night you arrived here? Lin slowly nodded, voice barely a whisper. I saw the moon, and it was red. A small, knowing smile tugged at Sufei's lips. Then perhaps we have found the way to send you back. Lalin's eyes widened in shock. I might actually be able to go home. Her chest tightened with a swirl of emotions. But deep inside, an unexpected thought echoed in her heart. What about Long Yu? What did you just say? At Prince Changyu's manor, inside a shadowy chamber, the air thick with cold authority, Prince Changyu, one of the most powerful and feared figures of the royal court, sat behind a finely carved wooden table. His sharp, calculating eyes gleamed in the dim light, fixed steadily on the kneeling figure of his informant. His low, resonant voice cut through the silence. Repeat that. The spy bowed lower, his forehead nearly touching the ground. This humble servant has learned that the maidservant accompanying the third prince behaves most unusually. Your Highness, she was seen sneaking into the Imperial Library last night, and seems to have a connection with Princess Sufei. Prince Changyu's fingers tapped rhythmically on the tabletop, his gaze darkening. A maidservant who moves between the third prince and Sufei's hands? Interesting, very interesting indeed. His lips curved into a faint, cold smile. Continue to watch her, report every move she makes. The spy's voice trembled slightly. As you command, Your Highness. Prince Changyu's chamber. The spark of suspicion. Prince Changyu narrowed his cold, calculating eyes. The folding fan in his hand, which had been waving lazily moments before, fell perfectly still. The Imperial Library, you say? His voice was soft, but there was a sharp edge beneath. What could a mere maid possibly be doing there? The spy hesitated, then cautiously added. It appears she was searching for something. Information about certain ancient texts. Your Highness. For a heartbeat, silence hung thick in the air. Then, he let out a soft chuckle, though the glint in his eyes was anything but amused. Ancient texts. How curious. His fingers drummed once against the armrest. Is she truly just a maid? The spy licked his lips nervously before pressing on. There are also rumors, Your Highness, that the third prince seems unusually attentive toward her. Crack. The fan in Prince Changyu's hand slammed down onto the table, the sharp sound echoing through the chamber. Then I must know. His voice dropped to a dangerous murmur. Who exactly is this woman? And why has she captured not only the third prince's attention, but mine as well? Forbidden Garden, Imperial Palace. The next day, Lalin strolled quietly through the palace's forbidden garden, her mind tangled with thoughts. The blood moon. The portal. Does this really mean I can go home? She was so lost in her own worries that she didn't notice the shadow falling behind her, until a smooth, mocking voice cut through the still air. Well, little maiden, you seem quite deep in thought. Lalin gasped softly, spinning around, only to come face to face with a man dressed in ornate robes, eyes sharp as a blade beneath his refined smile. Ah, the big villain himself. This is bad, this is so bad. Lalin quickly masked her panic, dipping into a polite curtsy. Your Highness, I was merely out for a walk. Nothing more. Yes, you. Prince Changyu's lips curved ever so slightly, but his eyes gleamed with a predator's cunning. Oh? Nothing more? He murmured. Lalin forced herself to hold her ground, though her heart pounded wildly inside. He suspects me. I just know it. I have to say something harmless. Something that won't give him any reason to dig deeper. I'm just a lowly maid. Your Highness, I wouldn't dare involve myself in anything important, Lalin said with a strained, nervous smile. Prince Chengyu gave a soft, mirthless laugh. Humph, good. But before Lin could feel any relief, his eyes darkened, and his voice turned chillingly smooth. Unfortunately, I dislike having strangers wandering around my palace. Lalin stiffened. It was as if the very air around her turned cold. Oh no. What does he mean by that? She instinctively took a small step back, feeling her pulse quicken. Changyu's gaze sharpened, glinting like a blade hidden beneath silk. Inside the third prince's residence, after rushing back from the garden, Lalin breathlessly recounted everything to Su Fei. The princess's brow furrowed at once. Prince Chengyu came to speak with you himself? Lalin nodded quickly. Yes. And the way he spoke, it seriously gave me chills. Su Fei's expression turned grim. You're a clever girl, Lalin. Surely you understand just how dangerous Chengyu is. Of course I do. Lalin swallowed hard, her hands twisting anxiously. What should I do now? Suddenly, a cool, commanding voice cut through the room from the doorway. You should stay away from him. Lalin whipped around, only to find Prince Longyu standing there, his sharp eyes fixed on her with an intensity that made her heart race. Whoosh! Lalin spun around to see Longyu standing at the doorway, arms crossed, his expression dark and unreadable. I've warned you time and again to be careful. Why, then, did you entangle yourself with Prince Chengyu? Oh no. Am I seriously getting scolded by both the main villain and the cold prince right now? Lalin panicked, frantically waving her hands. I didn't mean to. He came looking for me. Longyu let out a deep sigh, stepping closer to her, his sharp eyes narrowing. From now on, if you ever cross paths with him again, run. Get away as fast as you can. Wait, why does he sound so intense all of a sudden? Lalin's heart thudded wildly in her chest. Su Fei, watching the tense scene unfold, smiled faintly. You're quite protective, little brother. Longyu froze for a moment, then turned his face away, his voice low and curt. I'm talking about her safety. But everyone in the room knew those words carried far more than just a protector's concern. Stay tuned for the next chapter. How will she pass the final trials? Will she make it home? Or will her heart be too deeply entangled here to leave? Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode.